Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. Um, if I sound lower, it's cause my brother's sleeping in the other room, so I don't wanna wake him up. But I wanted to make a video today. Excuse my attire. I am relaxing on this Sunday, okay. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about how the lies of telling women it's okay to be promiscuous and this hookup culture and all this foolishness. And since I'm on my 3-year anniversary this month, August, of being abstinent, I was like, let me talk about this stuff. So I know they push a lot of these lies that you can be like a man and you can sit up here and go give your body away and just sleep around like men and what's it called, sneaky link and all these things. Like, I know they be pushing that stuff, but it's literally just a lie from hell. Like, don't fall for the trends of society. Don't fall for the trends of these so-called rappers and people who make music, so-called music anyway, of them talking about you can do what a man do and sleep with him, get some money and sleep with him and he'll buy you some food or take you on a trip or something. Or just feeling like you need to give up your body in general. Don't give in to these lies because men are um, men give and women, we are receivers. So you going around with all these dudes or even just one dude, and maybe he's going around messing around with other women, whether you know it or not, and he's coming back to you and you're okay with it. You are receiving everything. You're receiving whatever spirits he's picking up from these other women, or just the spirits that are on him in general, if y'all are not married in a covenant under God. So what you need to realize is when you sleep with people, you are receiving everything. Like, you're receiving this man's energy, and he might be somebody who have bad temper. He might be somebody who um, is impulsive, lustful, and you are receiving that. And you are just receiving spirits, and he isn't receiving anything from you. Like, of course, it's an exchange, but you are the one that's getting the brunt of it. So he can get up, wash himself off, go do whatever he gonna do. You over there, you feeling some type of way, you got, might have his fluids or whatever inside of you, and you receiving all the stuff. He leaves you, and you're left with all his stuff, his spiritual stuff, whatever he battling with emotionally, mentally. He leave all that stuff with you, and he go out, do whatever he got to do. He don't sit up here and be like, "Oh man, I feel." Well, I don't say every single man in the world, but 9 times out of 10, he's not. After the stuff is done, y'all done doing what y'all doing. He not over here like, "Oh man, I feel sad now," or "Why do I feel depressed?" Or you start realizing after you've been sleeping with this dude, you feel more less in control of yourself, as you realize he's the type of person who's impulsive, and you just realize you're picking up a lot of habits that he has. And it's even worse if you sleep with a lot of people. So that's why a lot of women end up losing their minds. They end up just going crazy because they're receiving all this stuff inside of them in their spirit. And also, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, also, you can research this, but science has proved that a man's DNA stays inside a woman's bones, I think for 7 years. But So yeah, so say you get, man DNA in you, it's staying in your body for like 7 years. So God says, when you get married, y'all become one, and y'all are one flesh. And you wonder why he says these things, and then science talks about his semen is in you for 7 years in your DNA. And it's the whole thing because y'all supposed to become one. So y'all supposed to be moving on the same page, and y'all two is better than one. They have a good return for their labor, right? The scripture says that. So when you out here sleep with all these people, you are receiving all these men DNA. You're receiving all these men's mental baggage, spiritual baggage, and you wonder why you're battling stuff in your mind. You wonder why emotionally you are all over the place, and you wonder why you're feeling this stuff because, and ignore my wall in the back, right? I had I had my months ago, like I think probably a year ago or so, I had an anger moment because my neighbors were literally banging on the walls like every single day, and I just got tired of it, and then I ended up kicking the wall, and I kicked it too hard, so then I made a hole in it. And yeah, but hey, I'm human, right? My anger is nowhere near that now, though. I don't have anger. Like, God has definitely made me have a 180 there. But I tell you, like a year ago or more, it was really bad. But it held my patience for what it is today. Okay, but yeah. So, anyways, y'all, that's what I was saying. Um, yeah. So at the end of the day, all right, don't give in to the lies. Keep your legs closed. For me, in my experience, like I said, I've been 3 years, and January 2024, I've been free from, I'm trying to think of the word, but like free from watching porn, and being addicted to that. So yeah, I've been in January, it'll be 2 years for that, and then January 2026 will be 2 years for that, and then like 3 years abstinent. Almost forgot the word. I was gonna say celibate, but yeah. So for me, it has really helped me be more confident, helped me be more have peace for sure. Peace, not worrying about no man, not worrying about what he's doing or like who he's not. I don't say who he's with because like I didn't deal with dudes like that. Like I have was with less than 5 people, and then I had my ex boyfriend, and so from that time when I was in the world till now, it's like I don't sit up here like I was telling y'all, worry about I picking up habits that he was doing and wondering like why am I feeling this way? Or, like why am I more like easily angered? Or, like why am I just doing whatever stupid stuff? And I was like, alright, because I am receiving whatever he's doing spiritually and all this stuff, right? And so I didn't have to worry about that. Have my peace, have my emotions, my mental health is good. My walk with God is great. Um, and of course, you don't gotta worry about when you out here fornicating or whatever. You gotta worry about STDs. You gotta worry about getting pregnant. You gotta worry about all that foolishness. And I don't gotta worry about that either. Um, what else? Just peace overall. Like, just like nobody giving you a headache. No dude is giving you a headache. No dude stressing you out or whatever. And even if I wasn't fornicating like I was in the world, it's still like no dude stressing me out in general because I don't deal with them. I just like spend my time with the Lord, my brothers, my dad, and my uncle and my grandpa really. But yeah. So that's pretty much most. But yeah, that's pretty much most of it. So you really just have your peace, you have your mental health, emotional health doing well, and you have all of your energy is in you, and it's not out here spread around with all these other men. Or if you sleep with a lot of dudes, or if you sleep with one dude, your energy ain't going over there to him. Your energy is just in yourself. I don't know, new age people to be using that word energy, but your essence, okay? Your, I'll just say essence. Like, your, yeah, it's not being wasted. So it really just make you just peace. You have peace, and it helps you focus on yourself, and you are learning about yourself, having all this other foolishness going on that's making you that's disrupting your well-being. It's really just you and God, and if you don't have God, then it's just you, and you have time to just focus on yourself and what you need to work on, and what you are what might have buried traumas and all these things, and you get to work through all that stuff. So it's really good, just overall it's the peace, not worrying about anything, and you're not affected by anything pertaining to like a guy or their baggage that they're leaving with you. And your value, is going up because you're not giving yourself away to someone or multiple people, and that helps your self-esteem, your self-worth more as well. And you are just becoming more valuable, you know. Um, just which if you have a walk with God, you're just becoming more of who He intends you to be, and you are becoming more feminine, more like a woman, not thinking you need to be like a man and sleep around and all these lies that they try to tell you. And you don't have to sit up here and deal with the fact that you, as you're young, you think you're gonna be young forever. You're not. But you are saving yourself, right, for marriage. I'm sure most women want to be married. You're saving yourself for that. And you are not, your body hasn't been, given away to all these people. So you haven't ended up getting soul ties, you haven't got pregnant, you haven't got STDs. So it's making you more valuable, it's making you um, more of a, just more valuable. It's making you more precious versus you thinking you can just do whatever you want. It's going to catch up with you. And then you're going to be like 30 some years old, 35, whatever. And you're going to be, God forbid, single mom. God forbid you catch some, because people got a lot of diseases nowadays. A lot of people sleeping around and all this stuff. And God forbid, you're a single mom and you got like so many bodies or whatever the case, not to shame you, but you gotta think about your future. You gotta think about like, man, I don't wanna be, it happens to some people because life happens, but you have to like consciously think about your actions. You can't be like, oh, well, I don't care if I get with 20, 30, 40, 50 dudes, so what? Men do it. It's like, you don't, you don't want to be that. You don't want to do that. It's not good for you. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your mind. It's not good for your spirit. It's not good for your emotions. You get all these demons, spiritual stuff attached to you. And A good man is not going to sit up here and be like, I'm not saying all of them, but like, most good men are not going to be like, oh yeah, you tell him, yeah, so when I was wild in my days, I had slept with 50 dudes. And you think he's going to be like, okay, cool. That doesn't matter to me. Like, no. Most, that's, no, bro. That's not, you don't want your mom, you don't, if you had this happen to you, it's like, hey, learn from it, no judgment, but you gotta be real, If you could go back, you probably wouldn't have done it, but you gotta be real. You don't want your daughter to be like, you don't want your daughter to be like that. You don't want your daughter to give her body with all these dudes and just be using her, and she ends up left and just used, and the men out here got another notch in their belt. You want your daughter to have someone take care of her, love her. She supports her husband. She can trust her husband. He looks out for her and her kids. That's what you want. Don't sit up here and lie and act like you, oh yeah, if my daughter sit up here sleep with this many dudes, I don't care. Like, no, bro. So just think of your future, all right? Think of the future. Don't think so like short term, because you're going to get older, okay? And also, you don't want, I don't know how to say this, but just pure, uh, you don't want your Miss Thing down there to end up being beat up, worn out, uh, God forbid, have disease that you can't get rid of. You don't want that happening to you. And now you're older, you're like, man, I wish I didn't do that, because now no dude really wants to be with me. No dude really wants to marry me because I got this disease or because I slept with this many people. Like, no, you want to be the best version of yourself you can be. And we all have made mistakes. We all have made dumb choices, including me, but you have to stop and think like, okay, I don't want to keep making these choices because I don't want to keep compounding bad choices, and then you're going to get rewarded for it, and then you're not going to like what happens. You're not going to like the consequences. You're going to be like 30, 40 years old, and nobody really is going to be wanting to pay attention to you because you gave your body away, you gave your value and essence away so much in your young years that you have so much baggage, so much trauma, and that you have to unpack because you're attached. You got all this like stuff attached to you, spiritually and mentally, and all the soul ties and stuff. And now nobody really wants to sit up here and deal with that. I'm not saying that God can't work a miracle, but I'm just saying the prevention is better than the cure. Okay, so just don't be falling for these lies, bro. Read the word of God and follow it because it's the truth. And if you don't follow it, you're gonna reap what you sow. Okay? And don't be believing these couples you see online. Oh, they've been married, or oh, they're together, they got a kid, and they look happy. They're out here traveling and all this stuff. Yeah, see how it looks 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. See how long it lasts. Because the wages of sin is death. It might not die right now. The relationship might not die right now. It might be looking good right now, but you do something outside the will of God, Satan is going to collect. That's just how it goes. But yeah, you live it up for a little bit. Eventually, it's going to fail because God wasn't the foundation, so it's not going to have life. It's going to eventually have death come to it. But anyway, yeah, and that also happens to you, death of going outside God's will. You lose your mind, start losing your mind, mental warfare, spirits, all these things happening, death in your body. And he says that you sin against your own body when you fornicate. And yeah, I ain't gonna get into all that, but just do it the right way. Just do it the right way, and you'll be glad you did it, right? Because you don't have to deal with the temptations of you giving your body away to somebody. Now you like, man, I should never did that, especially if you're a believer and then you end up falling, and now you're getting tempted to go back and do it again, but you're like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. But since you gave that spirit more of your authority and your power, now it's like, okay, bet I have more authority. I'm finna keep tempting you, and then you finally give in, and now it got even more stronger. And now you're over here like, man, why did I do that? And it's not worth it. All right, it's not worth it. Sin against your own body. You gonna be bringing forth diseases in your body, death of your own body, your own temple, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Ain't worth it. All right. So save yourself the trauma and the headache and all that, and just do it the right way. Do what God told you to do, and you'll be safe. Inside of His will, you'll be safe, and you'll end up just being tormented and really more than tortured, I should say. Yeah, but yeah, so I'll just leave it at that. If you want to get like more info about what could happen, what will happen spiritually and all that, I would recommend watching Stephen Darby video, Power of the Body, Cornography, another one, I think, to flee fornication or fornication, but he got videos. You can look up stuff. And Sexual Portals, I know that's another one. But yeah, so watch them things, right? They gonna help you and scare you straight because stuff's serious, right? But yeah, anyways, thank you for watching, and hope the video helps you, and take heed to it, especially if you're young, right? But any age, but especially if you're young, okay? Because I know how it is when you're young. You think you know everything, think you're so smart, and you're not. All right, about the same thing, and God will humble you, okay? So yeah, but anyway, I hope the video helps you, and thank you for watching. Take care.